Okay. Hey, we've got a bunch of guys on here. So if you can hear me, could you just type into the chat box and just say yes, so that we know that I'm coming across loud and clear. Excellent. Jolly good. Andy's here. Charlotte's here. Colin's here. Jim's here. Jim, you drive fast. How did you get here so quick? Linda's here. Cool. We got a quota. All right. Yeah, so welcome to Click Meeting. This is quite a nice little platform. You can do a lot with this. If you ever want to do webinars, this is a wee tool that I definitely recommend. It's a monthly subscription, but it enables you to do quite neat stuff. Oh, look, you can even switch on a webcam as well. So yeah, it's getting a bit dull in here. I might not have this camera on all the time. Excellent. So how's it going, everybody? Say hello. Tell me how you're doing. We're about to start on the hour. Just wanted to get set up and make sure everyone's working okay. How's things? How are we all? Don't be shy. Good. Excellent. So some of us are fresh out of a networking event. So we're talking about networking minutes after networking. It's live, hot to trot. And I'm recording this webinar, so there'll be a replay available. So if you can't stay for the entire course of the evening, don't worry about it. It will be recorded. However, you really want to stay to the end of this particular webinar, because I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Don't have to feel guilty, Colin. Don't have to feel guilty at all. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we are on the hour. Excellent. So I am just going to switch my mug off and bring in a little presentation for you, which should be on your screen right now. So if you can see a slide saying introducing how to land your dream client, please type yes in the box so I know that it's showing fine. Excellent. Cool. By crikey, the wonders of modern technology. Never worked with small animals, children, and webinar platforms. So, excellent. Let's get this underway. Okay. Stop sending me private jokes, Jim. Welcome to How to Land Your Dream Client. This is about secrets of networking professionals who get warm referrals. You never cold call, and they can reach pretty much anybody. This is an invitation-only webinar because I asked people to register for this, and there's an important marketing lesson there. So take care of some basic information, some ground rules about this webinar. First of all, we have a quota of bodies on the call, which is ideal. To avoid any issues and stuff, I've put this into a mode where you can't make any noise, so we can't hear you guys, but hopefully you can hear me okay. You have a chat box down there in the bottom right, which means you can type anything you ever want to, and the rest of the screen will be slides that I'm going to take you through. You might want to have pen and paper handy, because I'm going to be sharing some very, very cool stuff over the next probably 45 minutes, and you might want to take some notes and jot some stuff down. Yeah, make sure you're on the call for the entire time, because at the end of this webinar, I'm going to be making you an offer. So you might want to pay attention to that. Standard webinar practice is good content followed by some kind of offer at the end, and it works. So you can never be shy of that. And that's what we're going to do tonight. And just in case you're not able to stay for the entire call, as I said before, this whole thing will be recorded. There will be a replay, and you'll see various bits of social media out there telling you what this is all about. So this is all about landing dream clients. This is all about using networking as a very efficient vehicle to get in front of exactly the right people that you want to be talking to. Okay, that's what this is about. Everyone on this webinar does networking, or if they're not, they should be. But a lot of people hate networking. A lot of people have real issues around it, you know, and it brings up stuff about public speaking, and it brings up stuff about talking to strangers, and we were taught not to do that stuff when we were little. So we're kind of going against the programming. But in the next 45 minutes, what I want to do is talk about several key mistakes that people make all day long. There's certain things that people do all the time, and I actually saw some of it tonight, which is interesting. I wanted to show you how to basically stop making those mistakes or avoid them like the plague. And the promise of this webinar is to add £34,155 on average over the next 12 months to your bottom line by only working about 20 minutes a day, but working very strategically and working smarter, not harder. And unlike a lot of other millionaire in your underwear crap that you see online every day, I didn't pick that number out of the sky. I can prove to you that 123 people that I helped train made between them £4.2 million over the 12 months after the training, using exactly what I'm going to show you here. I could introduce you to these guys personally, or you can tap into what they're doing in the next 45 minutes. So that's where we're going. So why should you listen to me? Most of you know me already. If you don't, my name is Jonathan. Hi. I run a marketing consultancy called Instant Edge in Glasgow. And what I'm about to share with you brings me about 75 to 80% of my current clients. So, as you can see from the slide, I wear many hats. I teach and train people in smart business strategies that work in the real world. I've been a top performing member, regional trainer, and director consultant in BNI, which is the world's largest and most profitable business networking organization. No longer a member. There's a story to that. Have a one-to-one with me if you'd like to know what actually happened. I'm a best-selling author of 7 books now. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a new book out already this month, and there's another one coming very, very soon. So 7 books on Amazon so far. And I've worked with some very big name clients. You'll see I've been a speaker at the Peter Jones Entrepreneur Academy. That was really fun. I've spoken at the Tom Hunter Centre at Strathclyde Uni. I worked with Morgan Stanley, and their sales increased by 40% within 30 days. That was quite good. I only charged them a fixed fee. What was I thinking? I worked with Barclays sales trainers. I taught sales trainers how to do sales. That's really interesting. And I've been doing this for a while now, 25 years. I'm a certified coach. I graduated from my 3-year coach training back in 2001. So I didn't do a quick 4-day course. I did a 3-year grilling to get my coaching qualifications, and I've been a business coach now for whatever that is, 18 years. Yeah, so, done a few things. If you're working long hours and you're doing everything, so you're the CEO, you're the janitor, you're the chauffeur, you're the admin person, and you're the marketing department all rolled into one, and maybe you're forever fighting your partner or the taxman or the economic conditions of the day, then I suggest you pay attention to this webinar. So there's certain people that this is ideally suited for, and there's certain people it's not. So here's who this is not for, right? I'm willing to bet that you know people like this. Business owners. These are the guys I want to talk to. Business owners. I want to talk to entrepreneurs or people who have an entrepreneurial spirit. Okay. I want to talk to sales professionals. All the things I'm going to talk about tonight are applicable to these professions. Ideally, givers, not takers. Okay. People who want to help each other. A really interesting conversation today from a survivor of the Clutha helicopter crash, who says it's remarkable how many people he's met in networking circles that will willingly want to help without any, direct personal gain. And it's taken them by surprise. Well, that's the kind of people I'm interested in talking to. I think there's givers and there are takers. And I'd like to think of myself as a giver. And those are the people that I think networking works best for, to be honest, where you're helping other people. You're being professional about it, and you're ambitious. So that's who I'm looking to talk to, okay? This is who this is ideally suited for. Now, there are not 3 mistakes according to that slide. There's actually about, well, there's more. There's about 8 mistakes that business owners make all the time that actually drive clients away. This is not law of attraction. This is law of repulsion. And that's what we don't want to be doing, okay? We're going to reverse those and start bringing your ideal clients towards you. And there are how-to methods and techniques and things you can do in the real, physical, practical, tangible world that help that happen. So if you have no idea who your dream client actually is, and you have no idea how to reach them, and I hear that a lot, if you don't know what to say at a networking event, someone comes up to you and starts talking to you, and you're like, mumble, 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 fumble, fumble, or you don't know who to ask to be introduced to, then stick around. If you feel like you're lost in the woods, or you're alone in the dark, or any other metaphor about isolation, then you're in the right place. Okay. To let you understand, I had a duodenal ulcer when I was 19 years old. I was shy, terrified of people. I hated reading aloud in class. Remember Shakespeare plays where everybody had a part to read? I used to hate that stuff. I would dog English in case I was asked to read aloud. And by the time I was 19, I burned a hole in my stomach with my thinking, which is not a very good superpower. And I decided I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I wasn't going to do that anymore. So I went self-employed, launched my own business, and this is what happened. In my first month, I made self-employed. I made the same amount of money as I'd made in my last month employed. So I went self-employed from a job to self-employed with no drop in income. The following month, it doubled. And then it steadily rose year after year after year after year ever since. Okay. Now, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no coach. I had no business plan. I was just enthusiastic, and I had that real strong giving streak. I had a real strong need to help people. Okay. That was just me. I was doing this genuinely, honestly, and trying to help people. Now, here's some embarrassing pictures. Check that out. Check that out. That should go on my Club 55 slide. Don't you dare, Jim. That's an embarrassing picture of me in high school, age 12. Okay, pudding bowl haircut. I was a thin, specky kid with asthma and terrified of people. Everything I've achieved, everything I've done, I had to learn. Okay, and that's really important. I'm still an introvert. I'm still quite a private person, but I can speak on stage, and I can appear on TV, and I can go on the radio when I need to. So I think if a shy introvert can learn how to do this stuff, then so can anybody else. Okay, I had to figure this stuff out on my own. At school, I became terrified of reading aloud. I'd get really scared. I'd break out in a sweat. I'd stutter. My chest would feel like it was going to burst, and I couldn't breathe. Right? I used to dodge English classes in case someone would say, "Could you read out the next paragraph?" I hated that. Or plays where everybody in the class had their part to read out, and that stuff just terrified me. I would rather die than have to suffer that stuff. So I didn't enjoy it very much at all. I don't know if you can relate to that, where you can see your line getting closer and closer and closer as you go down the page, and the closer it got, the more nervous I became. So by 19, I was being sick on the bus to work. I had no idea why, until I was diagnosed with a duodenal ulcer. So I burned a hole in my gut with fear. So at 20 years of age, I'm on a drug called Tagamet, which lines your intestines to prevent irritation, and I called it an old man's drug. I found it nearly impossible to say hello to people I knew. So I'd keep my head down, I'd avoid eye contact, I'd stay locked up tight, and I'd be shut down emotionally. It was just don't talk to me, because I don't want to talk to you. Even though I really did, but couldn't. So I don't know if you ever had moments like that. I had 20 years of that. So I launched my first real business in 1997, and I had no idea what to do. I just wanted to help people. It was a therapy business, it was hypnosis, it was mind stuff. I had the world's worst website. Right? This is 1997, okay? I think it was on dial-up, and it might have been America Online, which came on a CD. I don't know if you remember that stuff. The screechy modem connections and all that. Only because people were saying that this newfangled World Wide Web was coming and I should be on it. I tried leafleting through letterboxes, entire housing estates at any one time. I put adverts in the local newspaper because that's what you do to attract clients. I advertised in places like Thompson's and other big directories like the Yellow Pages when it was a Yellow Pages. I paid to be included on calendars and on notice boards. You know those things, you get a calendar and you get like a business around the edge. Did all that. I even did a Radio Clyde drive time advert that ran for a week and cost £6,000. Okay. So I don't know if you've tried any of this stuff. All in the hope that one day I might strike it lucky and a customer might actually call me. So after struggling and scraping by, it was working, but I was a one-man band doing everything. And I was desperate for money. I was desperate for the thing to succeed. You know, I was doing everything I could think of. Nobody understood where I was coming from. Nobody understood my mentality. They were all saying, you should get a job, get a real job. My friends and family were telling me, you know, this is nuts. You'll never make any real money unless you work for someone else. And I was scared that they might be right. And if you're honest, some of you guys have maybe thought the same thing recently. I was scared I'd go broke. I was just scared, bottom line. So after 4 years of hard graft, all that changed, basically. And I want to share with you exactly how that happened and what I did. Now, this is the part of the webinar where the hypey guru will show you their helicopter landing beside their Ferrari, usually somewhere hot like Miami. And it's all unicorns and living high life, right? Well, I'm not going to do that. All I wanted to do was build a business that would pay for maybe a couple of holidays a year, allow me to work for myself, make enough money so I could relax in the evenings and spend the weekends with my family and doing my hobbies. I don't think that's a lot to ask. To build your own little empire and not be scared that you're going to fail. Okay. So I can show you the beach in Hawaii that I got married on. I can talk about taking my family to Paris and to Disney Paris or Disney Orlando. The nice BMW that I get to drive as a result of the strategies I'm going to show you. But be under no illusion, this still requires you to put in graft. This still requires you to work. Okay, it's called net work. But you're working smarter, not harder. Okay, that's where we're coming from. So what this is all about is that it's not just what you know, and it's not just who you know, it's both. And also who knows you as well. The big learning for me was I was trying to do everything on my own. Now, I had tried partnerships. I had tried teaming up with other guys and gals. People who gushed about how good I was at what I did and how much they wanted to work with me and how we would be more powerful together and all that kind of stuff. Only to discover that just about in every case, they wanted to ride my coattails and let me do all the hard work and then rip me off. And that has happened to me so many times. So I stopped trusting people and I decided I was going to go back to working solo. What really changed my head around was I got my head around a theory called the 6 degrees of separation. Now, you must have heard of this. You must have heard of this. Just be careful of the version that you hear because it's not as simple and great as it sounds. But here's a great example of 6 degrees of separation that I found on the web. Charlotte Church was a judge on a talent show. They were looking for an actress, and it was run by Andrew Lloyd Webber, who wanted the role of Maria in The Sound of Music to be played by Scarlett Johansson, right? Who starred in a movie with Bill Murray, who also appeared in a movie with Michael Jordan, who once handed a signed basketball to North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il. Huh. Okay, now, I don't know if you know any of these guys, but it's interesting that somebody always knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And in your local city, it can be quite surprising who knows who. If you go on LinkedIn and have a look at who your shared connections are with anybody, it can be quite revealing. However, networking works on the basis that you know somebody who knows my ideal client. Okay, that's how this works. So networking is a very smart and efficient strategy, but a lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate the idea of walking into a room full of strangers, being pitched at, like sharks just swarm on you, especially if you're a visitor. They just appear out of nowhere, stampede towards you and start selling you stuff. True story, I walked into a networking event one time and I was admiring a member's catalogue of products and services. And I happened to see something in this person's catalogue that I'd never seen before, and I just happened to say, wow, that's really cool. I've never seen that before. A month later, I go back to that same event, and as I walk in the door, this chap comes up to me with an envelope, hands it to me and says, there's your invoice. Okay. And I go, invoice for what? I don't remember ordering anything. And he said, oh yeah, that thing that you saw in my catalogue that you really liked, which by the way was, I think, somewhere around £700. And I'm like, okay, two things. Number one, I didn't order it. I just admired it. And number two, if this is what you do at networking events, you're going to repel people like crazy. So please take this feedback in the right way, but this is not the way to do it. Okay. Some of you know this person. So a lot of people think they hate networking events because they've had that kind of steezy experience. Remember Ghostbusters when the ghost slimed the guy and left him dripping with ooze? A lot of people feel that way. So I soon learned that there was a way to do it. There was a way to target your client. And if the theory is right, somebody in that network will know somebody who can introduce me to that person. So that's how networking works. Or at least that's how it should work. But what I see, and maybe this is a bit brutal, but I see the same familiar faces going to event after event after event, desperate for clients. And they don't seem to have very many because they seem to be at every networking event that's going. So they're clearly not fully booked. And I wonder just how much of an ROI, how much of a return on their investment are they actually getting from the networking events. So having looked at this for 9 years in B&I and for 25 years being self-employed, I thought there's a pattern. There's certain things that I keep seeing time and time again. Right. So if you're looking to land a dream client, then it means if you do the opposite of these things, if you learn what not to do, you can have a sales team working for you. You can have a bunch of introducers working for you that you don't have to employ. You don't even have to pay them. You can if you want. You can have a finder's fee or something, pay them a commission, but you don't have to. But imagine if you had a squad of introducers who are out there prospecting for you 24/7 for free, multiplying your efforts with no extra work on your part. Right? Working smarter, not harder. That's the whole point. So being a spiky introvert, I started in my man cave on the web. And I was on LinkedIn when it launched in 2002, the world's first social networking site for business. And this really is the ultimate business-to-business platform. It really is. And right now, I've currently got 497,000 connections on 2 levels. Okay, or thereabouts. Probably more by the time I've recorded this webinar. So, do you think you could live off that number of people? Yes, I think you could. There's clients amongst that group. Okay, there's people who need my services amongst that group. So this is just LinkedIn. Okay, and that's globally. So that's all across the planet. Just this week, I've been hired by a client who saw a video that I shot 4 years ago that's on YouTube still. She's watched the video, she liked what I said, she then messaged me on LinkedIn and subsequently hired me and has bought our biggest package, which is 4 figures. So that's 4 figures from a video I shot on a golf course during my son's golf lesson 4 years ago. that was worth doing. I'll be doing more of that. So I started to learn how to do this stuff. I came out of my man cave and I actually walked into a room full of suits. Oh my God. And I joined this thing called Business Network International, the world's biggest and most popular networking organization. And there's my black badge. Back when I was a 6-year member, I was president of the top performing chapter in the region. I was actually a 9-member total. And I was a member of the Gold Club, which is the badge you get for bringing lots of visitors who subsequently join and become members. So in my 2nd year of membership, I stretched myself and volunteered to become a director consultant in BNI, which basically means I get to look after a couple of chapters and I could launch my own. And this was my thinking. This was my thinking. Being a member of a chapter of any networking group is a good thing. Being able to float in and out of 14 groups for the same price is a smarter thing. Being able to launch my own, where I get to select who's in them, that's even smarter. Plus, I got lots of cool training, so it was definitely a wise move. More visibility for me, very good positioning, very good credibility, and really good training. So I became a director consultant in 2012, and I looked after a few chapters for a while, and eventually became one of the 2 regional trainers for the region. And we had the highest retention rate in the UK and Ireland for members. So the members that did our training stuck and stayed there, because they were making money. That's the only reason people leave a networking group. They're not making money. They're not making enough money to justify time and cost of going to the networking group. If they're staying, it's because they're getting business. This is not rocket science. And we got really good at training people and giving them stuff that actually worked, because it was our best interest. I don't know if you know this, but director consultants get paid a fee for every person who joins a chapter. And they get paid a fee for every person who renews their membership. So it's in the director consultant's best interest to keep that chapter full and keep people on. That's how it works. So we got really good at doing that. Really, really good at doing that. So after 6 years of membership, 80% of my clients came through my networking efforts, and they elected me president of the chapter and everything I've said. This is actually a copy of the traffic lights. This is the BNI internal scoring system. I've blanked out the names of the guilty, the innocent, but I was number 12 out of the 123 members in that region. And that put me in the top 10% of networkers in my region. And that's where the bulk of my clients came from at that time. Okay. And if you know how the traffic lights work, you'll know what those stats mean. So that got me into the Carnegie Club, a rogues gallery of top performing members in the region. And they were in my black badge, which is pretty cool. And yeah, fun times. It was a good time. Do I miss it? Not really. But it was good times at the time. This is a picture of me and a couple of my fellow directors with Ivan Meisner, who is the chap who invented BNI and founded BNI and is now the world's leading authority on business networking. And we got to interview him, and actually I managed to hand him my book as well, which was a personal victory. So I'm going to let you in on a little bunch of inside tricks of the trade used by the top 10% of the world's most profitable networking organization to land your dream clients and add on average 34 grand to your bottom line in the next 12 months. Does that sound like a plan? Could you type something in the box so I know you're still alive? Thank you very much. Okay. Jolly good. Okay, so here's a wee question for you, just to wake you up. What's your biggest frustration right now with networking? What is the biggest headache you have with it, or what's your biggest problem with it? You know, if you have a challenge with business networking, what is it? Is it getting sold to? Is it knowing what to say? Is it the time commitment? What puts you off it, or what do you find difficult? Because if we can tailor make this to suit you guys, then all the better. What bugs you about it? I'd love to know what specifically your biggest headache is around getting clients or building your empire. Okay. Getting the wrong client. So what do you mean by wrong client? Going to too many groups? Yep, it's addictive. It's addictive. But are you tracking where your leads are coming from? If you're getting referrals, which groups are the referrals coming from? You know, I used to do a wee bit of analysis and follow-up. Not getting referrals from outside the room. So what I call second-tier referrals. You might get internal referrals for the members, but you maybe not getting referrals from their friends and colleagues. That's where the money is. Do one-to-ones, yep, find the time to do that. One-to-ones is interesting because one-to-ones are where the money is. One-to-ones are the fast track. They really are. They really are. So my advice would be, don't be a butterfly. Don't jump around numerous different networking groups. Join one and stay in one and build relationships. I think that's what works. I think that's absolutely what works. Okay. My loyalty is to Club 55. I've been there for a year and a half. My business has quintupled as of this month. It's funny in BNI, they teach you to say, how's business? And you go, great, since I joined BNI. Now I'm saying, great, since I left BNI. Okay, I appreciate your input, and it's good to know you're still breathing. Okay, I can only teach what you want to learn, right? So stick around because I want to give you a couple of things that will help overcome some of these headaches. There's 8 mistakes that business owners make in networking all day long. And I want to share them with you. And I want to give you my best advice on what to do instead. Okay, so let's get into this. Mistake number 1 is having no idea who their dream client is. There's a lot of people who will stand up and will say, I'd like to talk to anyone with a pulse. Right? The problem is not everyone with a pulse wants what you sell. And you can't afford to try and reach everyone with a pulse because there's just too many of them. You need to get specific. You need to get specific. To mine for gold, you need to start drilling down specifically who you're looking for. Whether that's demographics, whether that's psychographics, right? I had someone ask for a referral yesterday at Club 55, and it was vague, very, very vague. And they've been a coach for almost as long as I have. Oops. So get specific. So who is a dream referral for you? So here's a wee bit of guidance on that. At least tell me what industry you want an introduction to. Okay, if you're B2B, who is it you want to talk to? Right? If you're business to consumer, give me some demographics. Is it Glasgow people? Is it Edinburgh people? Is it women? Is it men? Are they professional? Is it single mothers? Who is it you want to talk to? Age ranges, interests. The more specific you can get, the easier it is for me to find you a client. So for example, if you're business to business, tell me what industry you want into. Okay, so let's do one while we're here. Somebody type in an industry they'd love to break into. It's a live one right now. Give me an industry that you'd love to get clients from, or a niche, or a category. Okay, okay, lawyers. Okay, let's go with this one. So lawyers, solicitors. Okay, great. So can you give me the name of a company, a solicitor's firm or lawyer firm that you'd love to get into? Even better would be the department in that lawyer's firm. Even better would be the job title of the person you want to speak to. And if you had an individual's name, that's the easiest, because I can then go and look them up on LinkedIn and get an introduction going. But here's the thing, even if I don't have their name, I've got 4 or 5 bites of the cherry here. I might not know that person, but I might know other solicitors. Or I might not know someone in that particular company, but I might know somebody in another company. Does that make sense? So the more specific you can get, the more chances I've got of getting a hit and getting a match. It's really, really important that you have a specific idea of who the dream client is for you. All right. Mistake number 2. How much money do you want to make in the next 12 months? People don't have clear goals. They come to networking events and they don't have a clear goal. So my question is, how can you hit a target that you cannot see? You need to know exactly how much money you want to make in the next 12 months, right? Put a number on it. How much of that's turnover? How much of that's profit? And then work out what an average job is worth, right? So easy numbers. Let's say you want to make 20 grand from networking in the next 12 months. And let's say an average sale in your business is £1,000. So you need 20 sales. You need 20 sales, right? Now, let's say you convert 1 in 3. So if you talk to 3 people, you sign up 1 and get that £1,000 sale. So if you want 20 sales, you're going to have to speak to 60 people. You need 60 referrals over the course of a year to get your 20 sales and your 20 grand. Does that make sense? So if you need 60 referrals, that's what, 5 a month. You need 5 referrals a month. So if you're being specific, then you're teaching everyone in your group who you want introductions to. Okay, that's really, really important. Put a number on it. It's really important you have a specific figure in mind. How much in turnover, how much in profit do you want to make in the next 12 months? Like, if you have a sat nav in your car or you use maps, you know, every city has a map in the town centre somewhere of the city. And tourists will go and look at that map of the city. And that map is no damn use at all to you unless it has a big red arrow that says you are here. Okay, so you need to know where you are, you need to know where you want to get to, and then work that out. How many referrals do you need in the next 12 months? Because you could get all that business from networking and do very little else. Do you like cold calling? Do you like chapping doors? I don't. Hate it with a passion. I love it when people come to me. It's great. Attraction marketing, not seduction marketing. So, next mistake. Coming to a networking event completely unprepared. Yeah, baby. Just winging it. Right? Just ad-libbing it. Totally unprepared, no idea what they're doing, don't have business cards, they're not dressed appropriately, and they've no idea what to say, they've no idea what to do, and it's just painful. Okay? Painful, painful, painful. Don't go unprepared. You should be going prepared. So for example, make sure you look the part. Make sure you know what you're going to say. And I think a weekly meeting is important. I think monthly is too far apart. I think it's going to take me ages to build a relationship with someone if it's monthly. If it's a weekly, I'm going to get to know you really quickly. Right? So I think you want to go for a weekly meeting or meetings on a weekly basis. Long distance relationships rarely work. Monthly networking events rarely work. I would suggest you want quick and deep relationships, and that's done weekly. Okay. Mistake number 4. Don't have a cup of tea. Don't have a one-to-one where you just have a cup of tea. A completely uninformative, pointless appointment. Time spent earning absolutely nothing. Okay. You don't want a one-to-one to be a waste of your valuable time and come away thinking that was pointless. And unfortunately, a lot of people have that experience. They go, what was the point of that? That was just dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. So what you want to do instead is have an agenda. Go to that meeting prepared. Have the right questions to ask to mine for gold. Okay? I've got a 1-page one-to-one template, which basically gives you exactly what to ask in exactly the right order. And it's very, very powerful. It makes that half hour or 1 hour with that client extremely laser focused, and you pull out exactly what you need to know about that person. So if you want that template, just email me, you can have it. But it works really well, and I've refined that and developed that myself from my own experiences, because you can feel when it's going horribly wrong and it's not working. Because at the end of the day, all you're looking for is a cup of coffee with a big fish. So it's a networking event, and what you're looking for is 2 or 3 people in that group that you can either help, or they can help you, or they can introduce you to your ideal client. So you're looking to land a big fish. So you just want a cup of coffee with 2 or 3 of them. So 2 or 3 one-to-ones, and run through these questions, learn all about the other person, try and help the other person first. So you're comes my giving mentality and a helping mentality first, and then they'll reciprocate. Okay, that's what works. That's what works. Mistake number 5 is when someone says, "What do you do?" and you mutter and mumble some kind of answer. Every group has a mumbler, right? Every networking group has their mumbler. It's like the team mascot. Don't be a mumbler. Okay, please don't be a mumbler. Don't just I'm a civil engineer. All right, okay, coffee. It's just like, no, I help people. So let me give you a magic formula. This works really well, and you might want to write this down or watch the replay. I help target market who have problem that I know target market has, reach goal that I know target market wants. So you'll hear me say, I help busy business owners who don't have time to market or don't know how to get more visibility, more leads, more sales, and make more money. So that's that formula. I actually use what I teach. Okay, that's a good formula to use. It works very, very well. So don't say, "Oh, I'm a car leasing guy." Say, "I help target market who want such and such to reach such and such a goal." It's far more impactful, and they'll either be your target client, or they'll have that problem, or they want that goal. So 3 bites of the cherry in 1 sentence. Language is really, really important. Okay. Next mistake. I'll talk to anyone with a pulse. We've kind of mentioned that before. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be asking for specific referrals. Okay. Here's another thing you may want to think about. Who does your client work with apart from you? Who does your customer deal with before they come to you? Who do they deal with at the same time as you? And who do they deal with after you? So if you are a jeweler, right, and a lady's getting married, then there's probably going to be a florist, there's probably going to be an event planner, there's going to be a wedding dress company, there's going to be a limo hire company, there's going to be a catering company, the wedding mafia, as I like to call it. So there's a chain there. And you might be at the top of the chain, you might be at the bottom of the chain, but these guys are people that you might want introductions to, because you can then feed each other business, right? It's not anyone with a pulse. You want to work strategically. So if you're the florist, you want to surround yourself with limo hire companies and event planners and jewelers. Surely. It's just more strategic that way. Mistake number 7. Why would anyone want to connect with little old me? What have I got to offer? It's a confidence thing. It's a self-esteem thing. You know, it's like, well, I'm just here to get more business, but that's kind of where it ends. Okay. Here's another way to think about this. This is really, really cool. There are 6 life events that everybody goes through, just about. Everybody goes through some of these. Okay. And all of these are fantastic opportunities to create referrals. So who do you know right now who is trying to build a business? Who do you know right now who's trying to get fit or healthy? Who do you know who's going to get married this year? Who's just had a new baby or is expecting one? Who's buying a house or selling a house? Who's relocating and moving? These are all fantastic referral opportunities. So let's look at these. If someone's getting married, that's business for the caterer, clergy, tuxedo shop, event planner, jeweler, photographer. Someone's having a new baby, that brings in doctors, furniture sales, builders, decorators, baby massage. Okay, business builders need advertising, solicitors, business brokers, computers, websites, accountants, printers. Each of these life events creates a client for several people in your network. So it would be smart to team up with other people in these related groups so you can feed each other. You either give the client to them or they give a client to you, or you both work for the same client. Does that make sense? There's certain groups or niches that life event creates business for. Okay. And here's how you uncover that. I've got what I call the drill down questions. So you say, how's everything going with your life event? How's everything going with your business building? What's your biggest challenge with your business building? How do you feel about your business building? I think I can help you with that, and quite quickly too. Have you made a decision to do something about it? See, a lot of people are still thinking about doing something about it. I want someone who's ready to act now. So have you made a decision to do something about your nursery? Have you made a decision to do something about your house move? I can put you in touch with someone who's really good at pack testing. I can put you in touch with a really good painter and decorator to make your nursery. Right? The reason I ask is I know a really good guy or girl. These are, you're using a different kind of radar. You're listening for these life events in people's lives, and that triggers you to ask these questions. So it's a different way of doing it. You're not out looking for a type of client. You're out there looking for a life event. Does that make sense? And this really works because everybody is going through these events. Let me put a number on this. If the average person knows 1,000 people, and just about everybody goes through all 6 events, there are 6,000 potential referral opportunities with every one-to-one. Think about that. Think about that. Mistake number 8, not measuring if it's working, not measuring where the business is coming from, right? No proof that it actually works. They're not tracking the return on investment. Do you track where you get your business from? Do you know the source of it? Do you ask that question? How did you hear about me? I was talking to someone today. There's 54 ways to get clients that I know of, right? As a marketing consultancy, there's 54 different ways that we know of. I concentrate on 4 for me personally, for my business, because those 4 work. I could do the other 50, but they may or may not work as well. But these 4 do. So I focus my time on that. How do I know? Because I keep records and I track it. And there's automated ways you can track it, or there's pen and paper ways to track it. And related to this is following up. Do you follow up? Like when you get that bunch of emails every week from your Coffee to 5 meeting, do you follow people up? Do you book the one-to-ones? Do you contact the business cards that are sitting in your hot little pocket? Or do they just gather dust? The fortune's in the follow-up. Follow people up. Might be not the right time. No, sometimes it just means not now. So continue to engage people and follow them up. It's really, really important. So those are the 8 mistakes I see people make, and you probably see people make the same mistakes all the time. Okay? We've always done it this way. Yeah, well, do you know what? That's why you're at every bloody networking event chucking business cards at folk and you get me clients. So, here's my question. How would you like to get all 8 mistakes handled in the next 90 days? Would that be of any use to you at all? That's what I'm doing with Turn Your Contacts into Contracts event. Here comes the pitch. I'm doing a 1-day seminar. I've done it before. Some of you may have been on it. This one's going to be updated and it's going to be shorter, but it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. Turn Your Contacts into Contracts is a 1-day live event I'm doing on June 2nd. Now, I have a couple of ulterior motives. I want to record this. I didn't manage to record the last one because my video guy let me down. So I'm going to record this one. And it's going to be turned into an online course and it's going to be turned into a book. So you're helping me create a couple of products, but you're also going to get your 15 minutes of fame if you want to. You can get mentioned in the book, or you can appear in the videos if you want to. But essentially, it's a 4.5-hour day of skill training, right? To show you exactly what we showed those 123 guys who made an average of 34 grand back in the next 12 months. Now, this is not for people who are already comfortable with networking, who are great at eliciting information and already have a lot of value from their conventional networking stuff, right? You probably don't need my training if you're already good at this stuff, okay? I certainly don't want people with entitlement issues. I see this in networking events. You see it all the time in BNI. People who sat there with their arms folded, thinking that the world owed them a living and wondering why they're not getting referrals, right? And that attitude stinks, and that attitude repels people. And that's one of the reasons why they weren't getting business. Complainers, backstabbers, whiners, and chronic refunders, right? You know, the people who buy books and CDs and courses and listen to them and send them back to get a refund. I'm looking for people who would respect this training and respect the experience earned in this training, and then use it. Okay, Turn Your Contacts into Contracts is a 1-day event that will put money on your bottom line if you use the skills that I teach you. And I've broken the skills into 8 short, sharp, punchy sessions. Okay, it's going to start at 11 in the morning, so you get a long line on Sunday, and it's going to finish at 3:30 in the afternoon, because one of the pieces of feedback we got was that it was a long day. So we've compressed it and made it shorter, sharper, and punchier. And it's split into 8 sessions. The first session is going to be called Who's Your Dream Client? And it's going to help you identify your golden ticket, your ideal client. So you get more of the customers that you enjoy working with. And I'm going to teach you a little shortcut on how to use LinkedIn to find them. Because I guarantee you, within 30 miles of here, you're going to have hundreds of warm prospects. You just need to know how to find them, and you need to learn how to get more warm introductions. Okay, so the more specific you can be, the more likely you are to land your dream client. So we're going to help you pull out who the customers you really enjoy working with, or the ones you get the most fun from, or the ones you get the most energy from, or the ones that have got the biggest checkbook. Okay, I'm going to speed up the whole process so you get more of your ideal people in front of you. That's the first session. The second session is called 17 Ways to Make Money from Networking. There's a funny story to how this came about. You need to come on the seminar to hear it. We're going to show you 17 ways to make money from networking. Referrals is one. There are others. We're going to give you a big picture of how the whole framework works, which makes it so much easier. Even if you're shy, even if you're an introvert, even if you hate speaking in public, we're going to build so much certainty and confidence so that you know that you're in control, you run the room, you can work a room and make the room work for you. Session 3 is called Stop Selling, Start Connecting. It's about how to find the right networking opportunities. Where do you go? How do you pick them? And if you can't find one, I even have an entire session on how to start your own group, because the positioning and credibility you get from launching your own group is tremendous. So there's a whole strategy for that. This can save you a hell of a lot of time. A lot of you are talking about, the amount of time it takes up and how it's ineffective, right? We don't want that. We don't want that. So Stop Selling, Start Connecting is about finding networking opportunities. It's about being prepared, how to really optimize every networking event that you go to. Okay. Number 4 is called Talk to Anyone. Exactly what to say and how to say it. Because basically networking boils down to who do I talk to and what do I say. So I'm going to teach you the Midas method to uncover golden nuggets when you're doing one-to-ones. We're going to give you the Networker's Toolkit, which is that one-page, one-to-one structure, which means you're going to have meaningful discussions that actually make you money and boost your bottom line. Okay? You're not going to be like a shy wallflower at a networking event, drying up and talking small talk. You're going to be the one who is effectively working that room and getting referrals, and everybody sees that, which makes them want you more. Session 5 is called Rock Your Talk. We're going to talk about the exact components of a killer presentation, whether that's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 40 seconds, whatever it is. I want you feeling as confident in a networking event as you would be in the canteen at work. Right? So we're going to give you blank template. Fill in the blank templates that are say this, don't say that. So you give a really polished, interesting, and most importantly, referral generating presentation. Okay? It's what to say and in what order, and it's proven templates. So it's exactly how to put together a profitable talk. And by the way, these make fantastic videos as well. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, you're going to get templates which basically make it pretty much idiot-proof. Session 6, inevitable referrals. So looking at those 6 life events, looking at the other golden geese that you can team up with. So you've got an almost unfair advantage. You would get a reputation for being the person that brings referrals to your partners. And guess what happens if you bring referrals? They give you referrals. Right? It's making connections that count with the big fish that are either your ideal client or can bring you your ideal client. Next session, number 7, is called How to Find Referrals for Your Partners, the 6 golden opportunities, the drilling down questions, so you can uncover numerous referral opportunities. There's 1,000 people in your contact base and there's 6 life events. That's 6,000 potential referrals per person. And you'll have the exact questions that you can use to draw those opportunities out of people. Okay, very, very, very powerful. Module or session 8 is all about follow-up and also tracking and measuring your success. And this is where people drop the ball all the time. Keeping your promises, doing what you said you were going to do, letting software and systems follow up for you. We have a referral tracker where you can actually keep track of where your business is coming from. And that really frees you up to just go to the events and work your system while all the robots and software do the bits that they're meant to do. Okay, that frees you up to concentrate on what you're good at and where your time is best used, which is talking to clients and being at face-to-face networking events on a weekly basis. Okay, so putting all this together, you've got 8 sessions. Oh yeah, we're going to throw in some bonuses. We're going to basically audit your web presence and look at your online reputation and give you some pointers on how you can improve that for free. We're going to have a private Facebook group for members of the seminar only, so you would stay in touch and network and practice and feedback. And we're also going to give you a template to give your LinkedIn profile a makeover, because your LinkedIn profile should not look like a CV. It should look like a sales page. So we're going to help you put that together. If you add all that up, it's worth about £766 if you were going to buy it individually from ourselves or somebody else. The day is going to be £97. So Turn Your Contacts into Contracts is the name of the seminar. It's on May 2nd, 11 o'clock till 3:30. It's in the Virgin Money Lounge in Queen Street in Glasgow. It's on Eventbrite. So if you just go to Eventbrite and type in Turn Your Contacts into Contracts, you are going to see what it's all about. So it's a one-day live event. You're going to get a complete web presence. You're going to know what your opportunities are. You're going to have membership in a private Facebook group. You're going to get a LinkedIn makeover to start getting more business from LinkedIn, so it attracts more eyeballs and there's a salesperson for you 24/7, even while you're asleep. And on a live seminar, we're going to teach you the skills. You're going to get a chance to practice the skills. You're also in a room full of other business professionals who are all like-minded. So you can then use the tools and techniques and then go and practice them right away. Okay. Oh, no, it's not May 2nd. It's June 2nd. Thank you for that. June 2nd. Glad I got a travel agent here. It's June 2nd. I need to change my slide. 2nd of June, yes. So it's a one-day live event. You are basically going to be taught the stuff and then you can go away and use the stuff. Okay. And it's worth 766. It's worth nearly 800 quid. It's 97 quid for the day. All you need to do is go to Eventbrite and sign up. We've also added a self-hypnosis session, because one of the things that I kept on hearing about was people's nervousness and awkwardness. So I've created a self-hypnosis session on boosting your confidence and boosting your results from your business networking. This is an audio track. You just close your eyes, play it on your headphones, play it in your earbuds, and it will reprogram your unconscious mind and make you a lot more confident and competent. And it's effortless. You can even listen to it while you're sleeping. How about that? I've been a hypnotherapist for 25 years. I teach this stuff. It works. And that's a little bonus that I decided to throw in for people who are on this webinar tonight. So you're going to get that as well. So bear in mind, it's not just what you know and it's not just who you know. It's both. I want you to turn you into a networking ninja. Stop selling, start connecting, and add a lot of money to your bottom line in the next 12 months. That's what the seminar is all about. I hope you found this stuff useful. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap this up? I'll run over a little bit, as I usually do, but I wanted to cover everything. Thank you, Linda. Good. Good. Chats are flying. Excellent. Good. Good stuff. Okay, so if you're more welcome to come along and join us, we will be running the event. You'll see more marketing and more social media mentions of it. I'm going to be pushing it quite hard. I want it full because I want to record it, but it's also immensely valuable to you as well. And even if you've done it before, you might want to repeat because it's very good information and it's slightly changed from last time because there's been a few amendments and stuff. Okay, so we hope you found this useful. That's the royal we. Great stuff. Thank you for that feedback. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go to Eventbrite, sign up as soon as you can so I know what numbers we've got for Virgin Money Lounge. They are being really accommodating and unlimited tea, coffee and refreshments. So it's going to be a good day. Thank you for everyone who stayed on the call. We've run for 58 minutes, so slightly later than normal, but hey, hopefully it was useful to you. And thank you for sharing some comments with me. Have a nice rest of the evening, and I hope to see you on June. That's June the 2nd at Turn Your Contacts into Contracts. Okay, have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye.